Please welcome Gianni Martinez.
And for this sixth bout of the afternoon, we have a 135-pound no-gi matchup brought to you by DCO MMA. Making his way right now to the red corner, we have Gianni Martinez. Folks, this is a matchup that was on Josiah's If You Don't Know, Now You Know list. Josiah, why don't you just give a little bit more insight that you shared with us on the pre-show here on the broadcast?
100%, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my pick, okay? This is going to be a fantastic matchup. It's going to be fast. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be submission attempt after submission attempt. You got two guys with a ton of confidence. Gianni Martinez looks absolutely locked in. He looks absolutely dialed. You see this right here. This is someone who's comfortable in the cage. This is someone who wants to be here.
Please welcome his opponent, Jesse Stone.
Yeah, and you mentioned, when you see somebody who is coming into the competitive realm, who they're always in the bracket. No matter what tournament you go to, no matter where it is, you show up and you see that man's name on the bracket. Well, oftentimes that leads to success through time.
Yes, sir, 100%, man. And now we got Jesse coming down to the cage. He's got the cowboy hat on. This kid brings the show, man. I like this kid. He brings the show. He's a fun watch.
And you have Jesse Stone, who's coming to us by way of Flow State Jiu-Jitsu. As mentioned, both of these guys have a ton of confidence, and you can just tell by the way that they carry themselves that they've got a considerable amount of experience in the process. Where does some of that confidence typically come from when you see people in a competition realm? It comes from having the reps.
100%. The confidence comes from the wins. When you're winning matches all the time, when you're comfortable in the cage and you're putting on a show like this, people want to watch. This is what people are here for matchups like this. He looks locked in. He looks ready. I see confidence in both competitors here.
And I have to love the look of the rash guard.
100%.
Please welcome Gianni Martinez. Out of the blue corner, representing Flow State Jiu-Jitsu, please welcome Jesse Stone.
Jesse Stone with a cool, calm, and collected confidence about him. He's rocking a rash guard set that matches the cowboy hat that he walked to the cage in, and just as a little bit of an accenting piece, he's got Mountain Dew undertrunks on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Quick guard pull right away, looking for a leg,
lots
but
of
ends up
speed.
collecting guard. Looking for an Ezekiel choke right away.
It was looking like that. No-gi Ezekiel choke. Jesse's good with the guillotines, man. He told me ahead of time, he said, if I get my hands on that guillotine, he's going to tap. So I know he's going to be looking for that guillotine, and he's also very comfortable with the legs as well. So
some of these first seconds, the first minute to first 90 seconds of these matches, that might be some of the most full steam, high octane pace that you're going to face, right?
yeah, 100%. I always try and take deep breaths here. As soon as the match starts, boom, we're going. I try and calm down, take deep breaths, and get to my game, get them in my rhythm.
And there you see him funnel in the head there for the guillotine initially, but you have Gianni successfully defend and scrape the hand away.
Jesse, he's fighting for that guillotine a lot. You can tell he's really comfortable with it. He has a lot of confidence in that guillotine.
Yeah, the only issue in that is if you're sitting there waiting for it for too long, the optics of being on bottom the entire time aren't always the greatest when it comes to judging.
100%. 100%.
Like, yes, you're being active, and yes, you're fishing for it, but that's where it's also kind of, sport jiu-jitsu versus an actual fight or a real situation, right? Because if we're
100%.
talking sport jiu-jitsu, you can be offensive from this spot. But if we're
Talking MMA, you want to get closer, you want to get up, man. You don't want to get pounded on, huh?
That's the thing is there's a lot of, through history, there's been some great guard players in mixed martial arts, but you have to be willing to take damage in the process. I mean, even one of the best guard players in MMA right now is Paul Craig, and Paul Craig has certainly had the lights shut out a few times in the process. We almost have a no-arm triangle in the process
triangle
right
attempt,
now.
no arm in. Very interesting.
But that works because the placement of of the right arm from Jesse,
He catches him. And he catches him. I told you this kid was explosive. I told you this was going to be a good match, man. Really good submission, and you're 100% correct. That arm was in there, and he catches him there.
Beautiful creative victory right there for Jesse Stone, and him putting his arm in there basically replaced his opponent's arm, so you get the same strangle action that puts pressure on both sides of it.
Yeah, 100%, man. If you like.
Jesse Stone.
That's one of those submissions that, if you go in and you tell your coach, I'm going to hit a no-arm triangle, he's going to look at you funny. And I